Welcome to Bear Insomnia. Make sure you subscribe right now. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video. Please leave a comment below. And also make sure you follow me on Instagram at HDDNWRK, which means hidden work. And if you want a spiritual consultation, a spiritual outline, or a decoding of any kind, from a dream decoding to a decoding of anything that is going on in your life, you make sure that you email me, bearinsomnia@gmail.com. Everything's in the description. It's a little chilly today. I might be extra with this scully on, but today we're going to discuss fake trauma. Trauma that's not real. Narcissistic viewpoints that can create trauma that doesn't even exist. For example, if you have a parent or even a friend or etc. that is operating on a low frequency, that is operating as a narcissist, sociopath, etc., who constantly antagonizes you with bullshit and etc., they may bring up some shit that don't exist. So much so that subconsciously you think that this shit actually happened. Like they could say, oh, well, you were always, a punk when you were little. That's why you act like this now. That's just an example of how, someone of that nature, would come at you. And that would create a false sense of trauma, that don't even exist, and you're going to think like, oh, in my childhood, I was a punk. So these fake memories start to come up. It's just like slavery for most black people. Every black person wasn't a slave, but, when it is brought up all the time, man, you were a slave, it brings up this false sense of you having trauma that don't exist, so that can hold you back, that can hold you back from a lot of shit, you being constantly told that, you were once this or once that, and you think that that shit is reality, and that shit is, what brought you up, and that shit holds you back because you believe it to be true. You know what I'm saying? So then there's fake trauma. Unfortunately, was I a victim to that at one point? Yes, I was. But then you come to a realization. You understand? You come to a knowing. That's why knowledge of self is so key in this shit. To have knowledge of self is very key in this shit. You understand? So you don't ever want to even go off of someone of such a low frequency telling you some shit, because majority of the time, it's being done purposely for them to feed off your energy, because they want to, get you to your lowest point so they can feed off your high energy. You know what I'm saying? And it usually happens to high energy people. You know what I mean? But this is false or fake trauma that don't exist. But as a result of it being fake trauma, when you believe it, it actually becomes that. You know what I'm saying? It actually becomes a trauma. But just like, actual traumas that has happened in your life, you can still clear it regardless. You understand? And you clear it with a knowing. You clear it with true knowledge of self and healing. Because we know first and foremost, we must get away from these people altogether, because they're programming subconsciously, you with fuck shit. You understand? No matter how much we try to protect it, protect ourselves from it, these people are still around, and we have to get rid of that energy. We have to get away from that energy. That's what we got to do. No matter what it takes, sometimes you gotta, go to drastic measures to get the fuck out of a fucked up situation, like myself, as you can see, for example. You know what I mean? So you gotta tear away from that bullshit, because it's just a lot of false traumas, false belief systems that are making people angry as shit, angry at the world, mad at the world and shit, for no fucking reason at all. You really have nothing to be angry at. That energy should be transmutated. The energy of anger should be transmutated, because whatever you're angry at, you give power to. So that energy has to be transmutated, you know, for your greatest good. You know, you could put that energy towards something, you know, that you need, that you want out of life, period, you know, to manifest. But yeah, people like that hold you back. Just beliefs like that hold you back. That's why, you know, the media constantly push slavery and etc. You know, knowing that we weren't all slaves and that it was only a small population of people that were in slavery, not a humongous group of people, not all of us, because we all were not slaves. Especially if we trace back our roots without doing the fake DNA test, you know, or ancestry, whatever the fuck they call the bullshit. You know, fake ancestry, you know, they'll have you think you was a slave and all this other bullshit. It's not true. False trauma. Okay? You are not a slave. You are not a victim. Get out of that mindset, because that's a trap. You understand? So you gotta learn what's real. You gotta learn what's true and what's not true. Because if you holding some shit that didn't even happen, it looks crazy. You understand? It makes you insane, and it does make people insane. It does, literally, and you don't even see that it makes them insane. So that's false trauma, people. That's what the fuck we got going on out here. Now, there's definitely real traumas, but there's also false traumas on top of the real trauma. Do you understand? And then the false trauma becomes real when you believe it to be true and give it so much energy. Period. That's just what the fuck it is. But this is Bear Insomnia. Make sure you subscribe right now. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video. Please leave a comment below. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram at HDDNWRK, which means hidden work. And if you want a spiritual consultation, spiritual outline, or a decoding of any kind, from a dream decoding to anything that is going on in your life, you make sure you email me, bearinsomnia@gmail.com. I should have a site soon for that as well. So, yeah, this is Bear Insomnia. Everything is in the description. I made a shorter video today, but you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. I'm going to see y'all again tomorrow. Peace.